Alright, so I'm sure most of us growing up have played video games, and we spent countless hours in front of the TV, playing Mario or Call of Duty or whatnot. And your parents will look at you and say, you shouldn't be doing homework, you can't make a career out of this, you can't do anything with this, you should be in school. But the world of Major League Gaming, which is a professional organization, is a way for players that like playing games to actually make a career out of it. So today I'll talk to you about the careers you can make playing video games, more specifically Call of Duty, and what you need to do to actually get into it. So, just a quick history of Major League Gaming. It was started in 2002 by Sundance Giovanni and Mark Epso in New York. The purpose was to give players a place where they could meet up and play against other competitive players to improve their skill and also interact with other people. There are several national events that they host each year, varying in different cities across the nation and in other countries as well. There are roughly there are players from 170 different countries that compete and play in Major League Gaming events. And so, alright, so professional gamers. What exactly are they? They're players that they're assigned to they play on different teams, like Optic Gaming or FaZe or Envious, and they all sign different contracts and they have sponsors and whatnot. And their salary, they could make anywhere from $30,000 to over 6 figures. Now, to make all that money, they get a lot of it from their sponsors like Red Bull, Elgato Gaming, and Scuff, which are 3 of the big ones right now. Let's see here. They also go out into the community and they do stuff on YouTube, which they get paid for views on that. They'll live stream for 8 to 10 hours a day on a website called Twitch TV, which thousands of people go on every day to watch different players play. And alright, so to get you started to go on your road to become a professional gamer, some of the stuff you're going to need is a gaming monitor. It's a picture of BenQ gaming monitors. Those are the monitors that MLG uses right now currently, and they're one of the best of the markets. A wired controller, preferably, just because you don't want to be playing in a game and then your battery dies on your controller and then you get killed or it costs you a tournament. And then also a headset. There's a variety of headsets that people use, Turtle Beach, Tritons, and right now the biggest one is Astro headsets. Let's see, what else? Dedication. When you're playing, you obviously have to devote a lot of time if you want to win the tournaments. I personally used to compete in tournaments a few years back, a couple of my friends. We would go to class in the morning, we'd do our stuff, and then we'd get on at usually around 5 o'clock at night when we'd play for 6 hours, 7 hours, like every day we would do that. So, and then just practicing, playing against other professional teams, and just trying to get down our game and figure out what to do. And that right there is just a picture of, that's actually my friend's room. That's a setup he has in his room. He's got the 3 monitors, and he's got an Xbox and a bunch of other stuff there. And then finally, all your work that you're putting in goes to the tournaments. Most tournaments you have to pay to get in. It's anywhere from $280 a team to even more than that. Some of them are invitational, and the invitational ones you have to qualify. There's different ways to qualify. You get pro points, which you play online with a website hosted by MLG called Game Battles, which is a place where teams get together, they'll play against each other, and for winning tournaments or winning matches, you gain points. And then by a certain time when it comes for the event, if you have a certain amount of points accrued, then that tournament, you get an invite for it, otherwise you have to pay to play, and then you have to go through usually anywhere from 64 teams to 128 teams to get over and try to win the money. The tournaments, the prize payouts, they vary anywhere from $1,000 to upwards of $400,000. The biggest tournament this year was the Call of Duty Championships in Dallas. It was hosted by Treyarch, which is the developer of the current game right now, Black Ops 2. And the team that won it was Rico Impact, and they made $400,000 just for winning that one tournament. So So, the world of competitive gaming is a place where now players could have a chance to actually make a career out of all the hours they put into their gaming. You know, if you're a little kid and your parents tell you, oh, you know, I don't want you playing games, you can just go and tell them, you know, I can make a career out of this if you let me do this. You know, I know it's hard, but yeah, so that's
All right, Mike.
Okay. I thought it was a really interesting topic. I love games and that's making a career out of it, so I thought that was awesome. I thought his attention grabber at the beginning was pretty effective. The whole concept of making money from playing video games was a pretty interesting book, I thought. The thesis statement was clear, but he didn't give a preview of what he'd be talking about, so I went straight from thesis statement to talking, and I was like, wait, what are you going to be talking about? I'm not sure. So that was a kind of a roadblock I saw. Also, you mentioned YouTube and Twitch.tv. I know what Twitch TV is, but I'm not sure if anyone else in this room does, so I thought he could give a clear explanation on what exactly that service is. He said he was going to break down the careers that you can make while playing video games, but essentially I think he just talked about one path, which was winning tournaments, right? So it was essentially the way that you get money is by winning tournaments that you partake in. I thought just that point could have been clarified. The way you make money is by winning tournaments, and this is exactly what you have to do. That point could have been clarified. The signposting of moving from this point to this point could have been better. I thought his voice was really good. He articulated his stuff well. And I thought he gave a good explanations of some of the general stuff, but more specifically on how to do these things. I thought he could have done better. Also, he said, even in the title slide, he said he was going to talk about stuff specifically Call of Duty. He never shows what Call of Duty is. I know what Call of Duty is, but once again, what if you're not familiar with the subject matter? I thought that was I was always waiting for the Call of Duty connection, and it never came. So I thought that was a disconnect too. But overall, I thought it was pretty good.
All right. Well, let me review the evaluation before I review the speech. I thought that you did a very good job on that, and most of the things that you mentioned would be things that I would have also picked up on. I'll just add a couple of things to his comments to maybe fill out the evaluation. The process of competing in the tournaments, I think, needs to be explained a little bit more. How many people participate in this? Why do you have? It looked to me like you have a specific place that you go to. If you're playing online, why do you have to go to a particular place for the tournament? Is there a reason for that? When you mentioned the teams, I'm going, well, I'm not familiar with playing games as teams. I guess that you can do that just as well as you can do it on an individual basis. I'm just not familiar with that sort of thing. And how are the teams created, and how do they divide the goods and that kind of stuff? I mean, there's just all the technical minutia in that. It seems like you've kind of started the subject, and I know it's supposed to be an introduction to this, but there are some things like you spent time talking about the equipment. And I'm going, okay, well, that's, I guess, relevant. And why do I care what kind of monitor I have, and why are the headphone sets so important? I never get any explanation of that. And I'm really much more interested in going, well, what are the tournaments like? What happens there at those kinds of things? Now I've got this image of a bunch of people sitting at tables in a giant, like at Staples Center, and there are 100 tables on the floor, and there, one table has 6 people who are on a team, and they're playing some other table over there. And I'm going, okay, so do we get to see it on the big screen, or do you go online and watch it? Or apparently we end up at Twitchy TV and find those kinds of things. That it just needs to come together a little bit. I think you've got the parts and pieces. You need to assemble them a little bit. Some assembly is required. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're going to finish today then. We are done for the moment. We'll pick up our new topics and work on that next time. I'll try and have everything for you Tuesday. There's a chance that it couldn't happen, but you never know.